Hi guys, and welcome to my review of Stranger Things season 3. So this season basically follows our kids into basically teenagers, where we basically see a lot of we basically see them getting girlfriends. Well, they all kind of get girlfriends apart from Will. I kind of feel bad about Will. It seems like everybody in this season gets a love interest apart from Will. So kind of like feel bad for the guy, but yeah, we basically it leads to some really good moments because we have basically Mike and Eleven dating now. We much to Hopper's dismay, which leads to some really humorous stuff, where he's basically. Where Joyce is basically trying to kind of like teach him how to kind of like deal with this. There's some really good moments with Hopper and him, at his kind of like dismay at all the dating. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. We basically have we follow Dustin, who also has a girlfriend, although we don't see her for most of the season, so it's all kind of like left a little bit kind of questioning, has he really got girlfriend? The main reason why this is kind of like introduced so early on is because it sets up this subplot where they basically feels he's inadvertently stumbled upon this Russian plot. He kind of like how enlists the help of Steve Harrington to help. Along with that, we basically have the introduction of a new character called Robin, who works alongside Steve Harrington, and as they're basically trying to hold down this job, they basically enlist the help of another new character called Erica, who is basically another really welcome addition to this season. She has so many good moments, so many really funny moments, and overall, I think that this is possibly the most humorous season that we've got of Stranger Things so far. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. I really like the production value and how well it goes into kind of recreating this 80s aesthetic, especially in terms of they spend a lot of time at the mall here, and they basically the kind of the production effort that they've gone into kind of recreating this mall of the 80s. I really like that. We basically have 11. We basically see 11 and Max forming a friendship, being the two only kind of girls in this group, and but we also kind of get that continuation of Max kind of serving the purpose that she was in the previous season as well, where she kind of like serves as is kind of like a bit of a wrench in between the boys. Um, so yeah, we basically like I said, we basically have another plot in here with other, see, as I said, we have Steve and Robin and Dustin basically, along with Erica, kind of trying to they've kind of uncovered this Russian plot, which it's weird because obviously looking at it now in like 2025, like, and people kind of viewing this it will just come off as like ridiculous, and it absolutely is. But at the same time, it's that kind of like 80s throwback where basically if you look, if you look back into the 80s, that was like a time where the Russians really were the villains of the story. So yeah, it's this kind of like, again, it's just this cheesy throwback, and I think to serve as that end, I think it totally serves its purpose well. I think it's fine. I don't have a problem with this plot. We basically have this other plot thread where we basically have the have the Upside Down kind of seeping into our world, and here we basically go, the whole season goes along this kind of like invasion of the body snatchers, the blob kind of like throwback. We basically have various people that basically becoming like the host for this thing from the Upside Down. We have a corrupt mayor that becomes Oliver. We basically have Billy from the previous season becoming a kind of vessel for this thing as well. And it all just kind of like and I felt it was a way of kind of like making Billy this really engaging antagonist. Actually, I think it really worked. It led to some of this body horror, which I'm a big fan of. So you know, I was a fan of all of that. We prior to him kind of like prior to Billy becoming the host of this thing, we kind of get this little bit of a subplot which I didn't really like, where we basically having like Karen Wheeler kind of wanting an affair with Billy and all of that, and I didn't really that didn't really kind of like connect with me. I don't think it needed that. So I think I was kind of like one little niggle that I didn't really like about this season. But yeah, I mean, on the whole, guys, like I said, I really enjoyed this season, to be fair. And like I said, I think this is the most humorous one we got. I think it's arguably the most visually the most striking. He said I really I was more engaged in this season than I was the previous season. Yeah, I mean, on the whole, guys, I really enjoyed this season. So yeah. That pretty much wraps it up. So yeah, thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video. If you enjoyed this video, you want to see more, don't forget to ring the bell for notifications. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Please feel free to let me know down in the comment section about what your thoughts of Stranger Things season 3 were. And until next time, I will see you guys on the next video. You guys take care.